Now we're live.
Oh my God, we just taped 5 minutes and we weren't even live. It was Stinky's fault. Brian, do you hear us? I'm sorry. We don't go live that often, and I wanted to go live out here because it's just so pretty. Um,
I'm going to have to find another director producer.
well, I could teach you how to do all this crap.
No thanks.
So, yeah, I couldn't believe that we're this remote, and yet we have, as long as we hit the go live button.
But apples to me are something I used to eat when I had teeth.
All right, Brian hears us now. Hey, Brian. Let Brian is my grandson, and he's taking care of my dogs. And my dogs miss me, and I miss them terribly. So make sure you play Stinky because Toby loves Stinky. And I heard that I talked to Kayla today, and I heard that you guys got Max Stone because you gave him 2 gummies to calm down. And then she gave him 2 more gummies to calm down. Hey, old timers, view is incredible, isn't it? You got to come out here. You got to do this, man. It is unbelievable. So, what was I saying that was so profound? And guess what? We're in a state where marijuana is legal. So, so who knows what if we'll find some and partake? No, it's legal in Jersey too, so it don't matter. Yeah, the dogs were high last night. I heard. I don't like them doing that. They look uncomfortable, and I really miss Toby. I can't talk about the dogs right now.
And we can't afford it if you get them hooked.
So I don't think anyone's watching. So this is just a family at live back home. I wish my mom could see it, but I didn't tell anybody we were going live. We didn't really realize that we could. So I told Brian, and Kayla, I think, is driving back to her dorm, and I don't know where David is. So people may not be. Brian, are you watching this on YouTube or Facebook? And if anyone else comes in, don't be shy. Say hi.
You probably bored him to death, I think. There. It's YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. So right around here, probably around 20 miles from here, a woman was killed by a grizzly. We are definitely in bear country. So I have my bear spray right here on my hip. Rick has one there. And Rick also loves carrying his sidearms.
It's not that I love it. It's just sometimes I think I need it,
I would
or
like
may
it
need it.
because I feel more secure with my bear spray.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, I noticed there's different bugs out here, different birds. I walk off into the side of the road and I'm at this field and I hear this clicking. I'm like, what is that clicking? And I'm looking, I'm thinking rattlesnakes. And here, it's not rattle, it's crickets. No, grasshoppers.
Yeah, they were playing dice.
They play dice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a clicking noise.
So, yeah, we're having an absolute ball. I have so much video.
But so far on the way out, well, last night at Old Faithful, we saw ravens, and they were practically domesticated. They'd sit on the trash cans, hoping for a handout if somebody was going to throw some food away. We've seen mule deer, we've seen black-tailed deer, we've seen bison. We saw pronghorn antelope, a herd of those.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw the wild burros, the begging burros.
Oh, they're adorable. They put their heads right in your car and want food. And of course, I had to feed them. They're too cute. Sorry. I mean, bear are cute too, but I'm not going to feed them.
But bubble gum, really?
No, that would have been
just
funny.
Kidding.
It was peanut butter crackers. That was the best thing I had. That would be.
Well, we had apples, but we didn't take the time to cut them.
I didn't think about the apples.
Usually, you should cut them into slices.
Yeah. So anyway, it is so peaceful. Oh, last night we heard coyotes. Scared the poop out of me.
2 packs of coyotes, and everything was quiet. And all of a sudden, one pack started screaming, and another pack on the opposite side of it started screaming. And they must have got a kill because a lot of them were yelping like they were in pain, which is a sign that they were on a kill and they were fighting over it. So
yeah, that's what they do. They get in a frenzy. And I don't know if we'll hear them out here, but we heard them last night. So last night, Okay, we're in a very remote campground. It's a national park. There is,
near the national park. We were in
I'm
the
sorry, national forest. We're about 20 miles from Yellowstone. Today we just kicked back because we're tired. We've been driving nonstop, and you gotta realize we gotta unpack all this stuff. Put the bikes in. Rick complains because I keep complaining about the bikes. We
Yeah.
did ride them once.
We've driven almost 3,000 miles already.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we haven't killed each other yet, although he did almost take me to one of the airports.
we came that close.
But now we're better for it.
Yeah.
We had to work out some things. Yeah, it's tough. So so today we were just chilling here and probably make some hot dogs for dinner, and I don't tomorrow we'll probably go back into Yellowstone. We came in through the east gate of Yellowstone, and then I didn't realize Yellowstone is so big. It's 63 miles long, I think, and 50 wide.
It could be. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's over 2 million acres, I think.
So we came in the east, and then we came out the west.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because there was nowhere to stay in Yellowstone itself, they were all booked.
But there's like 2 loops in Yellowstone, so you have to kind of to go from east to west. It's not a straight shot through. You got to take part of a loop either south of you or north, and then get back on the west road to get out of the park.
And a lot of the campgrounds are closed already because they get snow here. We already had snow in Custer State Park, just a little, but so some of the parks close early. So we're about 20 miles from there. We'll go in. So we did see Old Faithful yesterday, which was pretty cool actually.
Yes.
And we're going to go in probably a couple more times, maybe 2 or 3. I think we're staying here
3 nights.
3 nights.
Yeah, tonight will be our first night.
I love it here. I just need to decompress. I need to calm down from all the traveling, and like I all I need is my fishing rod, which is in the van, and I can go fish. So yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Met a lot of people, seen birds. I look at the bird, I'm like, what is that? What kind of bird is that? What kind of bug is that?
Yeah, it looked like a black and white crow, and we found out we think it's probably a magpie. Yeah,
it's a magpie,
which we don't have any of these.
Yeah.
Never saw one of these.
So just that whole experience of coming out here, and we've seen some beautiful sunsets. Oh, the sun's going to set in front of us, so we won't see it, but we will see
sunrise tomorrow over this hill behind us.
Sunrise will be there tomorrow. So I mean, we'll film it. I really just wanted mainly to try to see if live was even possible. Yeah, I think Brian's the only one on here. But hey, I get to talk to my fam this way, so that's cool. So, Brian, you doing okay? Isn't that a beautiful scenery back there?
Yeah.
I know there's a delay.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. Off this way in the lake, and this lake's about 20 miles long, the whole thing. But about a mile across the lake, there's a beach, and there's Black Angus cattle out there in the water and on the beach.
Yeah, I did. I got a picture of cattle on the beach across the way. And then right down the way here is a little tiny beach that we're going to be fishing on.
One of the other campers here told us there were otters right off of this beach swimming in the water the other day. So we'll probably see more of those.
There were 4 people on the live. Okay, so maybe they're on, but they're just not signed in. I don't know how you know that, but
it says, I think.
So does it say? Yeah, make sure you give me a like because that helps the video. I guess there's a like sign. I don't know. It's been so long since I used this program to go live. There's a lot of features.
It's Halfheimers.
Yeah. Oh my God, Brian. You want to talk about funny? I thought we were going to get thrown out of the campground the other night because we were laughing so hard because this one decides to walk back and tries to sit in his chair, but he's completely over a spot. And I'm watching him like, what the hell is he doing? And he just falls on the floor. And I just lost it. I think I peed my pants in my chair.
We were in the dark watching the stars, and I reached down and I thought I had the right arm of my chair. Instead, I had the left arm, so I was beside it, not in front of it. Anyway,
What? Who are they? Are so cute? Who is so cute?
Pepper.
Maylene! Hey, what's your exact location? Oh, I can't tell you that.
we're
I don't
probably
know. First of all,
we are probably about 11 miles west of the west entrance to Yellowstone National Park,
and what was the
and then
name of the?
9 miles up a mountain road.
It's a. I don't know if you would like it, Maylene. There's bear out here, and it's
And these are
wild.
grizzly bears, not
Yeah,
black bears.
yeah. Like I said, I'm walking around with bear spray, and he's walking around with guns. Um, the otters. Haha. Why is that funny? So, Maylene, I don't know our exact location. We're in Montana. We were in West Yellowstone, Montana. We stayed at a KOA yesterday or last night, and it was beautiful. But that's not the kind of camping we like. It's like a whole. I think they had an indoor pool there. You
Yeah,
said,
this KOA actually had a small, I think, indoor pool.
yeah, a
But
playground,
and
indoor
they had
pool, and
like 3 guys with golf carts at the entrance, and they would actually lead you to your campsite as you checked in.
yeah, and they were there all night. It was
And one
security.
one stays through the night there at the gate to monitor the gate during the night.
And it's funny, that's where we heard the coyote. And I don't know how far this is from there. Maybe 10
Well,
miles?
no, it's 1.2 miles once you get down the road to the paved road.
But then we're back in 9
We're
miles here.
up here 9 miles. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it is actually absolutely beautiful. But the beauty comes with a price too out here. I mean, it's quiet, it's still, but we got to be mindful out here. There's a bear box over here to keep our food in, although it's either in the camper or in the van, but you can't just leave it out like in the cooler.
I think the van is a safer bet.
And the bear box.
Bear box will leave an odor if you put it in there, and then if they come into the campsite and smell something, they'll stay around.
Maylene, is David with you? David would love it here.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I don't even know if anyone's watching, but my family is, and that is so cool. Because I miss you guys, I really do. I'm not used to being away this long.
But we were in the Walmart yesterday morning in Cody, Wyoming, and she starts talking to a guy who's carrying open carry, cowboy hat, knife on the other side.
Oh, there was a knife on the other side?
Yeah. And
he looked like a real cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. We love it. So we're going to spend a few days here, go back into Yellowstone, see some of the things we didn't see. This park is absolutely beautiful. The whole state of Wyoming and South Dakota, actually, too. Yeah, just gorgeous.
Both of them very impressive.
Yes, he is. He is watching it. Oh, I got a bug. It was one of them bugs. There's weird bugs here. It was on my leg and I picked it up and I felt its little antler thingies.
They don't eat much.
Well, they're buggies. Yeah, even the birds. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's a raven. I never saw a raven.
It's like a crow on steroids.
Really?
They're about 3 times the size of a crow. They're about the size of a hawk, actually. And the ravens are noted. They follow the wolf packs and they shout warnings to the wolves because they're up in the trees and can see farther. And the wolves allow the ravens to partake in part of their carcass of their kills.
I don't remember because we went on, we were live for like 5 minutes and I'm yip yapping away until I realized Rick is like, are you supposed to push that go live button? So I don't know if you guys heard me, but I was talking about God, what was I talking about? This is why I can't do this stuff because I can't remember anything. Might have been about the bear.
You covered a lot of things, yeah.
No, before we went on here, we were talking about. I don't know. It'll come to me. But yeah, a couple days here, going back into Yellowstone. We saw the bison blocking the road that you always see in the Yellowstone pity. Oh, we saw a Turon.
Yeah, we
right?
saw the Turons like getting within 20 feet of them, snapping pictures.
And then we saw Turons in the Badlands. Those kids jumping up on those, whatever they're called.
The rocks,
Yeah.
climbing on the rocks. Yeah.
But man, what a beautiful country we have. I mean, if all you ever see is the East Coast, I mean, you really should check this out. It is absolutely amazing. And we're meeting a lot of people who this has been on their bucket list. This is their trip of a lifetime. So I guess a lot of people do it when they retire. Oh, here's the thing I was going to say too. I mean, you think when you take off 7 weeks, you have all this time in the world. You don't. It just seems so. We got to get here. We got to get there. So a lot of it sometimes seems rushed.
So we got James Carroll's on.
Hey,
From
James.
Brick, New Jersey.
I guess you do wish you were here. Anybody would.
And Marilyn Isle.
Oh, and Dave's on there. It's a Butte, Clark. Oh, yeah. You and your...
Maylin.
Maylene.
Yeah, Maylene. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know her last name. I thought that was somebody else.
Yeah.
So
anyway. Yeah, we're just chilling. And I don't know. It's just so cool here. When I saw that we had cell service, I was amazed.
Anyway, by the time we get home, she'll be so tough, she'll be wearing cowboy boots and spurs.
I don't know about that. I don't know if my mom could come out here. This is rough country. This is definitely rough country.
Well, thank God we're prepared enough for almost any contingency.
Yeah, we are. I mean, we got our own shower, we got our own heater, we got our own water. We could survive out here for a little bit. So anyway, the KOA. I was talking about the KOA. Was that it?
That was one of them. Yeah, and the Coyotes.
Beautiful campground. So at least I got my laundry done there. But yeah, they had a pool, a indoor pool, and
playground, and they must do outdoor barbecues because they had a place set up for that.
But it's good just to sit back because I know I was getting tired, and I know you're tired of driving every day. And even if we were to go into Yellowstone right now, it's about 20 miles away. So I think it's about an hour and a half to get to whatever destination we want to get to.
Inside the park.
Yeah, at least. And then at least an hour and a half back, depending on the bison. So last night we came through at sunset, I'm sorry, and like I said, saw Old Faithful, and so we still have a couple more things that we would like to see.
There's hot springs up there in the northern end. There's a place called the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, and there's an area called Lamar Valley, and that is supposed to be the best place for seeing wildlife in Yellowstone. Somebody that I ran into said they had seen wolves up there the other day.
Well, I want to see a wolf and a bear. And wouldn't it be cool if one came into our live stream right now? Oh my God, that would be so awesome.
Yeah, you'd see me back there wrestling them.
Well, maybe we should get like a fake bear suit and you can run through. Do you have one?
No.
You have that weird little hat thing.
Yeah, but that's home.
What is that? It's not a bear.
That's a koala bear.
Oh, a koala bear. Close enough. Yeah, so
yeah, I heard they can be nasty little buggers.
I don't know about that. So yeah, it's nice just to sit. And I was shocked that we have internet because when we were at the KOA, which we thought was pricey because we only got a tent site, right?
Oh, yeah, for $68 for a tent site. So, hey, KOA.
Well, great. You ruined that live video. So how much was a full hookup?
The full hookup was $118.
Yeah. And we're staying there one night. But like I said, it was good because we got the laundry done. But David, it reminded me of where we used to camp with our trailer. It was like a town, like a little town. And it was even bigger than that because they had a big store and showers. And
their laundry had like, I don't know, 7 or 10 dryers or washers.
And they were full.
And 7 or 10 dryers. And they were large capacity, front loading dryers. So,
yeah. So we've actually, I think, coordinated this pretty good. Doing a trip like this it's like, do you just go spontaneous, or do you plan some, or is it completely rigid and everything is planned? And I think we're somewhere in the middle, probably more towards spontaneous, because I don't know that you could plan. If I knew I had to be someplace in 2 days, I think that would stress me out.
Well, I think from what I've seen on the internet, there are people who um, are full timers. They have gotten very good at precision planning and logistics so that they know they're going to make a campground at the next destination, and they have reservations the whole way along.
Oh,
But like here, we've got 3 nights here, but during the next 2 days, I plan on checking the dispersed camping out without the trailer, go back in there, see what it's like. And then if we decide we want to stay longer, that's free down there. We don't
well,
even
we
have to
did do
pay
one
10
night
bucks.
of that with the cows and the cow pies. That was fun.
Yeah, we did one night in the middle of a cow pasture.
Yeah. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, but anyway, I love this so much that I'm thinking maybe I want to do this more often. I'm not ready to go full time doing this, but I don't think I want to stay in New Jersey
And
for
I
long.
and
For
I was
long. Let me say
surprised.
that.
This campground for it's $20 a night, but I have the senior pass since it's not national forest. We camp half price, and you're allowed 16 days here. Most places are 14-day limit.
All right. So James said he was in Yellowstone in October of '97 and only saw buffalo, elk, and lots of snow. Well, we saw a lot of buffalo or bison, no elk, but we saw elk in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I want to see a moose.
There's a good chance that we will. We're going from here to Grand Teton,
Yes.
and
It's
supposedly
Teton.
Teton,
It's Great Poupon and Teton.
the Grand Teton, and they supposedly the wildlife viewing is actually better down there than here. So we will see.
Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to come on quick because I don't know how often we will be able to do this. I don't even understand why we have connection here. We
I
didn't have the KOA.
I wanted to surprise you. I ordered it.
Oh, you did good. So the KOA for all that money says, "Oh, we have Wi-Fi servers." Yeah, if you take your laptop and go sit in their office,
Their lounge.
their lounge, which is right next to the laundry room, and
Yeah.
work right there. Even then, it was a little slow.
Yeah.
But hear the birds. Just be quiet. Just listen. I'm sure there's not a bird that we have around.
Don't know. It almost sounds like some type of woodpecker, but
Yeah, I really wish a bear would come in here. Oh wait,
she says that now, but you wait.
Yeah, you'd see me shit and get. Ooh, here comes the skunk. Here comes Stinky. Stinky says hi, Wick. Ooh.
That'd probably scare the grizzlies away.
Oh no, it did scare the goats.
Yeah, the goats.
You know what's funny? We have had every day is an adventure on this trip, and I lose track of them. And if I don't write them all down, how is the temperature? What is the temperature?
Right now it's probably about 65, but last night it was down to like 32, and it's been very, very cold at night up here. Like we said, we had snow in South Dakota in the state park there, and it's forecast to be a little cooler as this week progresses. So we'll have highs about 65. Lows will be just about freezing, 32, 34 thereabouts.
Yeah. It's gorgeous though, but every day's an adventure, and I forget the one before. Thank God for pictures, and I'm even keeping a journal because I really want to know how much we spent on. Well, gas is going to be the main expense, but how much on gas and how much on food and how much on the campsites, because people want to know how much did it cost you when you went out there for that long.
Well, we I think had maybe 3 meals in restaurants here. We ate in a Five Guys and a McDonald's, and
James has it 72 in Brick. What county's Brick in? Cent
Is that Ocean or Atlantic? One of the two.
Monmouth?
No, I thought Brick was an Ocean or Atlantic.
James, what county is Brick in? So I guess Kayla's on her way back to Monmouth. David, thank you for getting her. Hopefully things are. My granddaughter Kayla is just. It's funny. We moved her into her dorm and then basically said "see ya" and left. And
It's called dumping.
yes,
Dumping the kid.
dumping the kid and and leaving it all to Uncle Dave. Dave, you're doing a great job. Oh, it is Ocean County.
Okay. Yeah.
So Ocean is next to Monmouth, I think. Ocean's like Tom's River and
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Where's Long Branch? Wait,
The saloon or
Kayla's in Monmouth University, but is that Ocean?
It's Long Branch.
Is Long Branch Ocean
It's
County?
probably,
Or,
no, it's Monmouth County up there, I think.
I don't know, but there are some beautiful homes up there. Yeah, and, I'm kind of glad I'm away because this college fraternity party stuff, I'm like, I don't even want to hear about it.
Too much to deal with.
Yeah, so
Right.
this is a good distraction. But so yeah, if we can do this again, what do you say? It's in Monmouth County.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if we can do this again someplace, like particularly when we get down around the Grand Canyon.
No, David's been to the Grand Canyon. So what's on the list? A lot of places. The Grand Tetons. And then the Utah stuff is Zion.
Yeah, well, we're just going to play those by ear as we, depending on which way we zig or zag, whatever's close, we'll try and catch it.
Yeah, we're not going to do California this trip. I think it's how many miles would it add? Like thousands of miles?
Well, the way we had originally plotted it, yeah, it would probably add another 1,000 miles.
Because I did want to go to Yosemite and somewhere else, but that's where most people get missing from the national parks. One of those ones in California.
Oh, in that case, let's go there. I'm kidding.
I gotta tell you, like planning this trip, I'm watching all these things on like all the weird stuff on people that go missing in national parks and bear attacks. I'm like, oh my god!
See, that's why she's so scared.
I'm not. I'm carrying bear spray.
But
I'm locked and loaded. The guy down the end he's like, "Do you have bear spray on?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from New Jersey."
So before we leave here, she'll probably shoot a pine tree.
Yeah, the arches too. Yep, James, we're going to go see Zion, the arches. There's like 5 of them there, isn't there?
Yes,
I think there is, and I hear they're beautiful. And Rick is always looking for like a little plot of land somewhere. But
up here, they're like little plot of land is like 200,000.
I don't know what it would be, but it's definitely nice country. Really, really is, and it's slower. It's just I just like the pace better. Is that a flea? Stinky has fleas. You need a bath, Stinky. So, what else? God, we have so many interesting stories. Because you know how it is when you go, it's like an adventure. Hoover Dam and Grand Canyon.
Yeah, okay.
Rick got jokes. So, Maylene, do you want to hear Rick's jokes? Please don't entice him. You do about the bear poop.
Yeah. I told her. They say that woman asked a guy up here if bear bells was a good thing to have, and he said, yeah. And then she asked him, well, should I have bear spray? Is that a good thing to have? And he said, yeah. And he said, and the other thing is you want to be able to identify bear scat. And she goes, well, how can you tell, if it's grizzly bear scat? He said, well, it looks like poop, smells like pepper, and it's got little bells in it.
Gypsy Lizzie, beautiful place, guys. Hey, how are you? Gypsy, where are you from? I don't know if that's a Jersey girl. I know she's one of our followers. Yeah, are we going? I know we're going doing the Grand Canyon. Are we doing the Hoover Dam?
I hadn't planned on it,
I don't know.
but
It's like we
we'll
can't.
see. It
7
depends on
weeks.
how far out of the way it is. We're definitely going to, I think, avoid Las Vegas.
Well, we avoid cities and like crowds.
We're hoping once we get to Southwest to practically boondock exclusively down there.
All right,
Yeah.
let's just say, what county you guys from? We're from Camden County. We're from a town called Runnymede, which is
Right outside of Camden.
about 7 miles outside of Camden. So it's a suburb, but it's still very crowded. Well, it's a suburb by my standards, but some people would probably think it's more like a city, right? I think of cities as like row homes.
It's more a town, but the majority of the real estate there are small houses, like a lot of, Cape Cods and 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom homes on small lots.
Yeah, and everybody is so nice out here. Oh, so Gypsy Lizzie is from Florida,
originally.
currently residing in Arkansas, the natural state. Okay, haven't been to Arkansas, have you?
No, but if it doesn't get too cold one of these nights, we may do natural state here too. So we'll see.
You may do what?
Natural
Oh,
state.
Rick,
I'm just
this
kidding.
is a PG channel. Oh, so James, yeah, you know where 295 is. You know what's funny? We camped, I forget where. We camped so many places, but one of the places that we camped had the sideways one, the loop. The people across from us came over and they're like, "Oh, you're from New Jersey." And they were from New Jersey. They were from Cape May, but originally from West Deptford. And then I forget. Oh, it was earlier yesterday, the campground we were at. I met a guy who said he lives out here now, but he was from he went to Washington Township High School. So he grew up in the Turnersville area. So, he knew the area. So it's definitely a small world. But look how still that is.
Yeah. The trip for the most part has been uneventful, but we did
Knock on wood.
we did have a lightning strike about 80 feet away from our trailer in the one campground we were in, a state park in Indiana. And we stopped at this 1880s town, tourist town, and I almost got killed by a horse there.
And I was filming it.
It was a runaway and pulling a carriage. They had tied it up and it broke loose, was running through this town, and it actually got really close to a tree and tore the front wheel off of the buggy. And then it managed to get loose from there and came at me. So I grabbed a hold of it and he started to take off again and almost wiped me out on the steel leg of the water tower. And
Well-
it was like a half a second that I made it clear of that.
Yeah, I was trying to help out too when he almost threw. There was like these fake railroad tracks in this town, and he was walking on them, and they're not tied down. So
Well, it
they're
wasn't the
flopping.
tracks. There were planks across the railroad tracks for the horses to cross because they had a corral with other horses in the back.
Yeah,
He
we don't want
got
the
in
horse
there
to
and the
get hurt.
planks were flying up and his leg was down in between the tracks. I was afraid he was going to break a leg.
So he's like trying to contain this horse. It didn't seem like 10 minutes before someone came out.
Yeah, it was every bit of 10 minutes since.
And then a lady comes out and she's like, "I was only gone for 15 minutes. Well, don't leave your horse
And,
unattended."
I'm holding this horse for 10 minutes there trying to contain it. And no, I never got a thank you or anything.
It was $25 to get in that place, and I thought they should have given us for free. We saved their horse, but they didn't give us nothing. But I was happy that we saved the horse. You guys will love Arkansas. We got it all from waterfalls to beautiful mountains. You won't regret making a stop. All right, are we going to Arkansas?
We may very well swing through Arkansas on the way home.
I think, isn't Bill and Deb from I Ride Tiny Houses? They're from Arkansas, aren't they?
I'm not sure.
I think he is. I don't know where they're at. They travel around now,
Right.
but I think originally they're from Arkansas.
But we are going to, once we leave the Grand Canyon and we get through Nevada and New Mexico, Utah, we're going to come back on a more southerly route.
You read that comment? And the best part was you know me with YouTube, I film everything, you know, and I got it all on film.
Well,
And the lady, I said, I'm going to put this on YouTube, and she says, please don't.
I
And I
actually,
didn't want the horse to get in trouble, so I did put a little bit of it, but
well,
not the runaway horse part. I have a better part that I did not put up, but I might.
well, James, I actually did apply for some jobs out here. One of which was a rodeo clown, but I couldn't fit in a barrel, so they wouldn't hire me.
Yeah.
We went up to Badlands, and I was telling everybody up there, I almost got a job painting more horizontal stripes on the rocks up there. But I went into town, found out they didn't have any striped paint, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah, and this trip we probably could have been to places sooner, but you had the gift of gab. And boy, he will walk across. I'll be like, "Where is he?" And he's talking to someone, and he'll be 20 minutes. I'm like, "You're holding him up." But we've met so many great people. Actually, a couple people we've been in touch with, and we interviewed 4 people, I think. Well, 5 today, if you want to call that an interview. One of the things I say I like about YouTube is I love to put people on YouTube because they get so excited.
But part of my bucket list for making this trip is that more people get to hear my life story.
Your life story?
Yeah,
You want to tell people your life story?
that's what I've been doing. That's why it takes so long.
You're kidding, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I like the people's life stories because basically everyone has a story. And you know,
And we went one that had a really
yeah,
sad life story.
don't go
So I'm
into the
not
whole
even going
thing
to get
now, but
into
I'll
it. But
probably do it because
beautiful couple,
yeah.
and we really, our hearts went out to them and
Yeah.
still go out to them.
Well, here's the thing. We meet a lot of great people out here, but every now and then you connect. Okay. Like Chris from the Keys, we connected with. And we actually may meet up with Chris in Utah.
Yeah.
And Chris, I hope you're watching, but he probably doesn't know we're on here. So we're going to try to meet up with Chris maybe. And then I don't know. I wanted to try to meet up with Gone Again too, but I'm not sure where they're at. But every now and then you meet people that you really feel like the stars were aligned and you were meant to meet. And that was this couple. And it was just amazing. And here's the funny part. So we're talking and we're a little tuned up already, doing our thing, right? And this couple comes up with a dog and we just started talking. And they're like, well, I was calling the one my daughter. She's like my daughter's age. And we just clicked immediately. And so we were talking about she must have said what she did. They recently retired or quit their job, sold their house and everything. So she is a social worker and works as a therapist. Well, when she told me that, I cracked up and just started running, like acting like a fool. And her husband's looking at me like, I hope that's not too windy on the wind there. Her husband's looking at me like, what? What's the problem? And then she looked at me, she's like, what? You're a therapist too? I'm like, yeah. And it was just, so then we were busted on the guys because the 2 guys were sitting there. I don't like that light on you. Go back a little. As the light is changing. Oh, maybe it was better there. You're in the shadow there. That up here you looked white.
I am white.
You know what I mean. But we were saying to the guys, I'm like, you know how lucky you guys are. You guys get to sit here with 2 therapists analyzing you all night. And they're rolling their eyes, but it was kind of funny. But a great couple, and I really admire this couple. Like I said, I interviewed them. They will be on an upcoming video. So what I want to do is when we meet some interesting people, we're going to interview them. I think I just put one up. It may be going up now, or it may have already went up. It's a video of a guy named Jerry he came running over when he saw our camper, and he wanted this to tour it. And here he's a cabinet maker. He's done this stuff before, like with buses and stuff. But he's like 77 years old. So what he did instead was he bought a trailer and just tweaked everything to make it better. And so I went inside. We went inside and we toured that, and he had some really great, interesting ideas that I think were just some of them were pretty easy, inexpensive upgrades.
Yeah, most of them were small upgrades, but they were all common sense.
Yeah.
And he had I think there were probably about 20 things that he had done to this trailer to make it more functional, more practical.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you that trailer manufacturers aren't the smartest people in the world when it comes to trailer design.
I'm sure they're trying to make as much profit as they can. Cut corners.
That's a given.
So, and then I interviewed a woman who was a full timer, and then the couple had just went full time. Was that it? Oh no! And then the one already went up. That couple that we just met briefly from. She was from the Philippines.
Yes.
And today we met a couple from Canada.
Yes.
And I don't know. I just love putting people on YouTube. They get so excited. Oh my God, I'm gonna be on YouTube. Oh my God.
And we went to the famous Wall Drug.
Oh, that was
South
cool.
Dakota. And Sharon was riding a horse there, and she started falling off and was like hanging on the side, and she didn't know what to do. So I went over and pulled the plug.
It wasn't a real horse. It was one of those. I remember riding those horses when I was a kid. You put a quarter in it. Well, I don't remember them being that rough, though. That was rough.
No, this thing reminded you of one of those bulls in the bars in the Southwest.
Yeah. So there was some things were very touristy, but you got to do some of the touristy things, and we did some of them, like the 1880s town. But it was actually very cool. Some of the stuff that was in there. So, like I said, I'm going to have a ton of. I'm going to be editing video for a year. I've got so much footage, which is good because winter's coming and we won't be out much with camping. So,
yeah. But we're going to have a ton of memories coming back from this trip.
Exactly. So my advice is if you can do this trip, do it. Now, and let me say this. There's different ways of doing this trip. This trip could cost absolute fortune. Especially if you're staying in motels or resorts and stuff. Or you could do it cheaper like we did it with just camping. And we even camp at the cheaper campgrounds because that's what we prefer. We prefer this rather than, we don't need a playground. We don't need an indoor pool.
But we do need a laundromat once in a while.
We do. So I think it's kind of like we were going to go last year and we put it off because of the prices of gas. And then plus I didn't want my granddaughter having parties when I was gone. So we waited till she went off to college. But it's kind of like waiting to get married or have kids and wait till you can afford this trip. There's ways to do this that is very, very inexpensive.
And we'll talk about that in another video because I'm starting to get hungry.
I know, even food. Well, we're gonna cook hot dogs for dinner tonight.
Right.
And whatever we have. So we haven't been eating out much. We eat most of the time we cook it. So in here we have a cooler in the van that does really well, especially when you're in Yellowstone. It's so big. You have to have lunch packed in there. Right. So we've got an ice chest, and that cooler is great.
Yes, it is.
What is that, a Lifetime?
Yeah, it's a Lifetime cooler, and it'll keep ice for a week.
Yeah, that's a plug for the Lifetime. It does really well. But we have lunch meat and we just make up a sandwich and hit the road.
And there's yogurt, applesauce, chocolate pudding, you name it.
Beer.
Snacks, beer. Oh, of course, beer.
Beer.
And
beer.
Yeah, and eggs and butter and
beer.
Cheese. And...
All right. I think I hear the fish calling.
Yeah, I heard them.
Yeah. All right, guys, this was great. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, everyone who joined in. Hopefully, it wasn't too many technical issues. I don't know, but thank you so much for joining in our adventure. And if we can do it again live, we'll do it again. Maybe I'll remember to hit the go live button sooner.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
We're
Take
gonna
care, everyone.
sign off, and it was nice talking with you.
All right, guys. Love yous. Take care. Bye. I don't know what that